Okay, joined by Robbie Brennan, the Kilmacud Crokes manager here at Parnell Park after a dramatic go-ahead Senior 1 football semi-final win over Raheny on penalties, 5-4 on penalties, 2:15 each apiece after extra time. An incredible game of football. Have you managed to catch your breath after that, Robbie?
Just about, just about. Some game of football would have liked to be maybe sitting in the stand watching as opposed to the line, but at Raheny were everything we thought they were going to be. We knew it was going to be very, very tight. We spoke about managing expectations all week because they're a very good side. Defensively, they're well set up, so we knew we weren't going to put up a big score and we had to be hanging in there. And look, we won it, lost it, and then ultimately you end up in penalties, and that's a lottery. We just came out on the right side.
As you mentioned, you won it, you lost it, won it, you lost it. It's such a nip and tuck game. You were 7-5 down at half time, came out after half time in normal time, and you put on a few scores, got the goal, and it looked like you were going to kick on from there. Obviously, Raheny came back into it and went 3 ahead in normal time. Luke Ward scoring that last gasp goal in injury time to bring it to extra time. Obviously, Raheny could have won it even in normal time after that. Extra time looked something similar as well. It was so nip and tuck. It was to and fro, and you looked like you had it won. Raheny came back in it as well. So it was one of those games where you didn't know what was going on really from 1 minute to the next.
No, it was tricky. I suppose we did speak about maybe the Kilcoo lesson and trying to be better in extra time, and I think we were for a good bit of it. And then as I say, for me, I thought we were gone, and even after we got the goal, I think Sean McMahon had a chance maybe to fist it over the bar. I think that would have been it. So I suppose the sign of a good seed or a good side. We just hung in there. Whether we deserved it, I'm not so sure. I'll have to look it back. As I say, we were ahead at times, but obviously ultimately Raheny had probably the chance to do it, and we, as I say, delighted just to get out on penos.
The game was over, as I mentioned, Luke Ward's goal. The game was over until Luke Ward scored that goal in the midst of a lot of bodies in the Raheny square as well. To come back from that, it looking like the game was over at that stage, you must be pretty happy with the mentality of the guys to be able to do that as well.
We were huge, Derek, because as I say, what happened against Kilcoo, if you don't learn from that, well then what was the point of it? So we knew even when they got the score that we still a chance there. There was 4 minutes left injury time. We still knew there was an opportunity to maybe try and create a goal, and we half hemmed about would we go for a point off that or would we go for the goal, and we knew we had to try and risk it and go for it. And like, Luke Ward is a phenomenal talent, and just delighted for him. He's only just back, so delighted for him to get that goal. Yeah.
Do you plan for penalties?
Yeah, we were as extra time was going on. I kind of thought it was a real possibility. We do practice quite regularly in training. Yeah, we do, because it's the way the game has gone. Ironically, it's the one thing we haven't had faced so far in the few years we've been together. So that's nearly ticked all the boxes now.
Another Senior 1 final to look forward to in 2 weeks' time. I'm sure you'll look at that game. A huge amount of positives to take from the game, but I'm sure a huge amount of learnings to take as well from the game, heading into a final again against, you don't know who yet, obviously, in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, it should be a great game tomorrow. I wouldn't imagine there'll be much in that. I couldn't call a winner, so whichever it is, it's going to be a really tough final. It's great to get back there. Our only aim this year was to try and get back to a final, and we've done that. So that's, as I say, one box ticked, but there's a huge amount of learnings from that one today.